David in Auburn, Washington, listening on KBCS in Seattle. Hey, David, what's on your mind?
Oh, hi, Tom. I was just calling because I know you have the Anything Goes summer, and I've just been thinking that I wish that they would, in Washington, D.C., decide to bring back the draft and include men and women in the draft. Because from my experience, there were people that were educated when they went to serve this country. They made a living, and they were able to go on to bigger and better things. I heard yesterday, I think it was yesterday, someone talking about the military only training people to kill. And that's not true. That's not true at all.
Right.
They do train them to protect this country, and we can all understand why, because there's a lot of things going on around the world that maybe we shouldn't have our nose poked into, but if they ask for our help, we should be prepared to help them.
Yeah.
And first of all, help ourselves.
Yeah. And
by educating our young people, how could we not help ourselves?
Well, I think the big point to make, David, is that in diversity there is resilience, there is strength. Resilience is probably a better word. And when there was a military draft, like during World War II, or during Vietnam for that matter, although the draft was easier to get out of during Vietnam than it was in World War II for people like George W. Bush and Dick Cheney and Bill O'Reilly and Karl Rove and, yes. On the list goes, right? Mitt Romney. But in any case, back when there was a draft, you would have people with college educations next to people who, worked in a machine shop, next to people who were unemployed, who, you would have people who had a military family background next to somebody whose family had never been in the military. I mean, you had people from all different regions of the United States. You had people from the cities, from the country. People got to know each other. It was a broadening experience.
Might you call that a tribe?
Yeah, you could, and in fact, Sebastian Junger did on this program earlier this week or late last week, one or the other, and yeah, absolutely. But the thing about the diversity is that now basically you've got two kinds of people who join the military. You've got people who have military traditions in their family, and they, and therefore they're proudly, wanting to serve with honor and distinction in the nation's military. And I have a lot of respect for that. And you got folks who are just plain old flat out unemployed, broke, and desperate, and joining the military is the only way that they can get a college education. It's the only way they can get a job. It's the only way they can get the hell out of Appalachia, whatever, or wherever they may be. And that's just two very narrow slices of the broad reality that makes up America. And our military no longer reflects that diversity of America, cultural, social, all these other things. And, so we're to this point that Jefferson warned about, where he said, I hope I shall never live to see the day when the young men of my country are willing to be shot at for a sixpence. And so I agree with you, Dave. I think we should have a military draft. I would add a civilian option to it, though. I'd go back to the Volunteers in Service to America program, Jimmy Carter's stuff, or maybe it was Jack Kennedy's stuff. I don't remember. But I know Reagan killed it. But I'd go back to those kind of programs, too. David, thank you for the call.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.